On my way to Bootsy Bello with hella though. Try and think what I'ma tell them when they get alone. I'm a glutton for women I shouldn't yearn for. Shouldn't be tempted, but baby, I like to hurt. Or maybe cause I was searching, I found me the perfect person, but me and her didn't work out, she buried what you work for. And I carry the bitterness of a cola nut. Nigerian shit, my parents never showed much. Womanizer probably could've been a feminist, cause I respect them, but Lord, I got polygamy problems. The hoodie come from Bonnie's, spending money is therapeutic. The way the shit, they don't think that you care to buy. So we buying Prada, Balenciaga like it is nada. And the Ferrari, my favorite's God and tax problems. Pierre Moss, I dropped 10 on my last visit, and half that up in Saks. I favor black businesses. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo, look. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back.
I said years ago, early 2000s. I was young, I was probably about 15, 16 years old, but I had the opportunity to meet this young man. He was just moving down in the projects over on the Outway side. I'm from the Outway community. I've been there 32 years, I'm 32 years old. So I've been here my entire life. But I had the opportunity to meet this young man, his name was Maurice. And he got real close, man, because I took a liking to him because he was kind of new into the community. And he didn't really know a lot of people. So my thing was to get all the people who really wasn't from down here or just moving down here at the time and try to take them under my wing and show them the best way. Because it's so easy to get sidetracked into negativity, right? And so I took on that role, and I had him with me for years, man. He was a great kid. He was an artist. He could draw real good. But just like all of us, we became products of our environment. And just not too long ago, man, he was murdered in the same spot. And it crushed my heart because I knew the kind of kid he was. But just being a product of our environment and just being around the same thing every day, it can pull us in if you're not strong enough. And not saying that he wasn't strong enough, but it can still pull us in because all our friends are involved. So when he got murdered, right here in the same area, it crushed me. And I started to leave the city, man. I didn't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? I started going out independent, anywhere I can go to get away from this area. And that's what I did, man. So just a moment of silence for Maurice Kimmy, man. He was a very special kid, just trapped up in the wrong environment. So we take a moment of silence. All right, I think that's good enough. Well, hold on, y'all. Let me introduce Naya. This is Maurice Kimmy's mother right here.
I want to say, this neighborhood wasn't always unprotected. The people my son did come across showed him family and community. So when he grew up, he gave back. Surprised some of y'all young kids to be out playing. He did exactly what he did. He was shown by the older people that, you know what I'm saying, was around when we got here. I didn't want to share my kids. I kept my kids in the house. They had to come in the house every day at 7 o'clock. Maurice was the type of person to be like, Ma, they okay? Miss Kim, or somebody gonna make sure we okay. But I was always sheltered them. And when I let them outside, and I let them become friends, because we all need that. We all need friends, family, community, neighbors. I lost, but I don't feel like I lost a lot because I know a lot of people love my son. Every day I wake up, I make a shirt for my son. People know my name because of my son, my firstborn son. So I'm saying, let's stop killing us. Because we all brothers and sisters. Remember, we helped build this world and they trying to take us out. So let's stop killing us. Let's stop killing people, because all lives matter.
This Peace Unity March is for us to bring peace to our community. Our community needs to see love, unity, and it starts with us who are the stakeholders, those who are invested in our community. Let's show how we come together and we can work together, so should our people. So we're going to continue on with our march. We're going to march out this parking lot to the right of me, and we're going down the street Owen, and just so we can see more about our community and why we need love and peace in our community.
Yo, look, sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back. On my way to Montebello with hella though. Trying to think what I'ma tell them when they get alone. I'm a glutton for women I shouldn't yearn for. Shouldn't be tempted, but baby, I like to hurt. Or maybe cause I was searching, I found me the perfect person, but me and her didn't work out. She buried what you worked for. And I carry the bitterness of a cola nut. Now, Jerry and my parents never showed.
Kids grow up and grow older. Richard, this young man right here was one of Richard Starr's unofficial children. He does not have any kids of his own, but he takes a hold to our kids in our community and make them feel as if they're not fatherless, because he takes that role of being their father. So when this happened, not only was this kid somebody's son, somebody's brother, he was also a member of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland, where he will come there every day to have a safe place. So when we talk about how the community pain is our pain, we don't have to know these kids personally to feel the grief of their parents, of their fathers, of their families. So people are still hurting even though there's no blood involved. Like there's not, he's not our blood, but he's our kid. He's our community. He's our friend. He was somebody's son. He was somebody's, kid. Like, it's just, the reality is that we got to look at the community as if they're our own. And if we put it on our back, the pain that their parents feel when their life is taken, we can feel that too. And how do we use that as action to come into the community to make change, to make awareness? Because the reality is that if you're not from this hood, the death don't hit you the same. Like, the kids that's dying don't hit you the same. And you can read an article and be like, man, that's messed up. But if you're from here, you done read 15 articles this week about kids dying. And what do we do with that? How do we, we're internalizing it, but what's next? What are the next steps? Are we going to continue to come to places and show our respects once? Or are we going to take that pain and continue to show up? And continue to come into these communities and let them know that your son matters to me. Your pain matters to me, and we should not continue to celebrate our young people with teddy bears and flowers and bottles. Like, we need to celebrate them in a way that they're supposed to be celebrated. So in some way, we got to put the guns down. How do we do community? Like, when we're angry, what else can we do? How do we educate our kids that guns are not the way? Killing people is not the way. You can't do violence with violence. You can't take a life for a life. If you mad, figure that shit out. It's not to take somebody's life because you're mad.
So, like what Ms. Maisha just said, Mike is a kid that ate with me, slept at my home, go to school to see about him. Anything he needed. His brother Malik, who's even closer to me, getting a call about all this COVID and this pandemic stuff, there's been a lot going on. But when you get a call and your kids tell you that one of their brothers just was killed, not shot, you tell me he's killed. Only thing in your mind is no thoughts. Everything just stops. Because you're like, another one. So now you process it and you're thinking like, what's next to do? What more can we do? I'm from the streets. I'm from King County. I'm from this neighborhood. I grew up in this central community. So I can understand and find out what happened and why that incident led up to that. But every excuse and every reason doesn't make sense. No matter what the story, only thing that continues to happen is another young brother that's died. Who's a brother, a sibling, a family member, a loved one of everyone around here. So I want to take a moment of silence and tell you, Mike-Quan, well, your brothers are still balling right now for you, man. And they miss you every day. And I just want to say I love you, and we'll always love you, right?
Polarizing the song, underrated again. Show business and never love you the way you love it. We come and we go, they quick to forget.
No justice! No peace! Park, this is what we call Owen Road. And a couple months ago, there was a guy named Michael Pimpton. But everybody down here knew him as Dirt Bike. Took care of the whole community. When I say the whole community, I mean the whole community. Anybody that needed something can come to Michael Pimpton. He was a great guy. He was a great father. You know what I'm saying? So we want to remember him as being a great guy, a great father, a great son, a great uncle, just a great guy from the Down the Way Project, the Central community, man. And I wanted to stop here personally because he was one of the guys that helped me come up through the community. Just like when I was talking about Maurice, how I helped him come through, he helped me come through. He showed me the ropes in so many ways to go down here. So we wanted to show love to Dirt Bike. So if y'all could just say, long live Dirt Bike, and that'd be great for me. Y'all ready? Long live Dirt Bike.
Long live Dirt Bike.
Long live Dirt Bike.
Long live Dirt Bike.
One more time. Long live Dirt Bike.
Long live Dirt Bike.
All right, I'm gonna give it over to Rich.
Just like what Walt just said, we grew up in this community where everything is separated, where you from this neighborhood or from that neighborhood. But when I grew up, we wanted to be like some of them big OGs. You wanted to be like Dirt Bike. If you're from your neighborhood, you wanted to be like Dirt Bike. You couldn't tell him what he couldn't do or what he can't do. He did whatever he wanted to do, and he stood on his own too as a man, and he lost his life for no reason. We didn't wake up one day knowing that he was going to ever die. When you start thinking about this, think about how far in the mile radius that we have walked and how many lives we lost. I'm talking about people saying we're young. We're not young no more. Because people ain't making it my age and my generation of 45. They're not seeing 40. So when we say no justice, we mean that. If there is no justice, there's no peace. We need to come together. That's why we have a unity peace march. Wake up our community. Let's come together. We can't win this war. We can't win this war by ourselves. King Kenny can't win it. Owen can't win it. 30 can't win it. Longwood can't win it. But we come together, we win any war. We win any war together. That's why we marching for Unity Peace March today. We need peace. We need love. People are deciding on our community and we ain't saying nothing but just go about our day. How can they make decisions about where we live at without us? But they can do that when we are blinded and we do not pay attention and we don't get involved and come together. We have to unify each other. Show love, uplift each other. We love you, Dirt Bike. We're going to take a moment of silence for Dirt Bike. He's a king. Stop the violence. The city miss you, Dirt Bike, man. We love you.
What up, kid? I was gonna say, you know, you got Whole street! Hard street! Stop the violence! Stop the hate! Whole street! Hard street! Stop.
Mile radius, like 4 to 5 people, just that quick. You know, and like for real, we can walk around the whole project, circle around 3-4 times, if we really wanted to. Before we talk about the unity, man. So, peace and unity, y'all. Let's continue to have peace and unity. Peace and unity. All right, y'all. Peace and unity. 1, 2, 3. Peace and unity!
Ready for it, man. This time I got it, man. I got it next time I see you, man. I tell you. Rest in peace. We're going to catch up with me. So I definitely wanted us to come here and see where it started out for me, where it opened up my life and my mind for me to understand that it's bigger than just Rich being from King Kitty. That don't mean nothing. We're in this together and we need to bring unity and peace march because we got his cousin Ward here who can speak more involved about it.
Rich, man, I think you did a great job, man, talking about Lenard. That's exactly what he was. He was real smooth, real cool, good guy, man. It's unfortunate, you know, what happened to him. And like Rich said, that was my cousin. That was the guy that I would go to the Garden Valley Projects every weekend and go spend the night at his house. Even though I was from Case Court, I could still go to Garden Valley. I can go to King Kennedy, and I can go to Unwin. I can go everywhere, right? But one place that I always wanted to go and that I got a chance to go, we beef with so much. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up in these projects, we have beef, like real beef, right? Over territory that we didn't own, right? And this is what we all know. We don't own none of this, right? But these particular projects was guys that I took a liking to because we never got a chance to sit down and just really communicate. So one day we was out here, 3 months after Lenard got killed. Lenard got killed in January. 3 months later in April, we was out here, everybody was out here, we was kicking it. And the guys from the 30th Projects came across. And everybody knows that's from down here, the history between Case Court and the 30th Projects. So one of the guys decided to take it upon his hands and draw a pistol and shoot into a crowd and kill an 11-year-old kid, Brandon Davis. And that right there changed my life forever. Because we had Lenard just died 3 months. I'm talking about in the same field. Lenard died right here and Brandon died in the middle. Right there, and I saw it like with my own eyes, and that changed my life forever because I had my daughter that January. So I seen one life come in and lose 2 lives, all close to me, and I was like, something gotta change, and that changed my life forever, man. So, you know, let's get a moment of silence for Lenard Pinson and Brandon Davis.
We love you, Kings. We love you, Kings.
Yo, look, sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade do rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back. People, the highlight was the movie we ain't promised a sequel. Ambition, my second album, How Was You Sleeping? Dropped the album with Seinfeld, they thought I was tweaking. A prophet, a genius. I'm flying with Lena, I'm riding with Nina. One right for the shy, one right where I need her. The funny thing is, I'll always be single. I love me some Logan, I love me some Issa. I'll never get either. Them women that's queens me. I'm a drunk, I'm a demon. Heaven knows I'm a dreamer. I seen Taraji and Calvin always hope I could be that. I fell in love with an actress acting like she don't need me. Polarizing the sun, underrated again. Show business and never love you the way you love it. We come and we go, they quick to forget. So every bougie event I attend, I tell them that.
So when I say we have a unity peace march, this is what we need. This message that we're presenting and showing and displaying today, we take it and we pass it on and teach, educate others. Even those ones that are so broken that they don't need to understand that they need to be educated. But we got to understand, we'd have been about 5 visual sites in a half-a-mile radius. So when we're thinking about what we're marching for unity, peace, love. We need to uplift each other. We've been crying, we've been suffering, and we've been dealing with COVID. And understand that we can't do it by ourselves. We need to do it together. We need to come together. And we're going to take a moment of silence for Ms. Kim because we love you, Queen. Thank you for taking care of our community because you was the mother of a lot of kids. You raised a lot of kids. Every neighborhood has a Ms. Kim. Every neighborhood. And without the Ms. Kims, it'd be hard for our single parents. The Ms. Kims, them extra stepping, that go a long way. So we're going to take a moment of silence for Ms. Kim. We love you, Queen. Rest in peace. Your name will never be forgotten. Ever.
way to Bootsy Bello with hella though. Try and think what I'ma tell them when they get alone. I'm a glutton for women I shouldn't yearn for. Shouldn't be tempted, but baby, I like to hurt. Or maybe cause I was searching, I found me the perfect person, but me and her didn't work out, she buried what you worked for. And I carry the bitterness of a cola nut. Nigerian my parents never showed much. Womanizer probably could have been a feminist, cause I respect them, but Lord, I got polygamy problems. The hoodie come from Bonnie's, spending money is therapeutic. The way the shit, they don't think that you care to buy. So we buying Prada, Balenciaga like it is nada. And the Ferrari, my favorite's God and tax problems. Pierre Moss, I dropped 10 on my last visit, and half that up in Saks. I favor black businesses. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo, look. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade do rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back. People, the highlight was the movie we ain't promised a sequel. Ambition, my second album, how was you sleeping? Dropped the album with Seinfeld, they thought I was tweaking. A prophet, a genius. I'm flying with Lena, I'm riding with Nina. One right for the shy, one right where I need her. The funny thing is, I'll always be single. I love me some Logan, I love me some Issa. I'll never get